Welcome back everyone to another episode of Vegetarian Cooking with JJ. Today I'm going to be making a very popular dessert known as Crème Brûlée, also known as burnt cream. This hails from France and it is enjoyed around the world. And I've wanted to veganize this dessert for quite some time. So now is the time right here in this episode. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how you can make a vegan crème brûlée. No eggs, no dairy. So let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking. First of all, we'll preheat our oven to 325. We're going to bring some water to a boil. We have our coconut cream and I'm just going to open it. Just put the 1 cup. Just pour in some more from the second can. Oops, a little too much. Pour in the second cup. Whoa, that was a big splash. I have a vanilla bean here. That little remnants. Woo. And I'm just going to slice it. Here we go. I'll just put the vanilla bean in our pot of coconut cream. I'm going to be using our Just Egg here. We want the equivalent of 5 eggs. And 3 tablespoons equals 1 chicken egg. There are 4 tablespoons in a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to add 3/4 cups. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons. So that equals 15. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. So that's the equivalent of 5 eggs. I'm going to put a 1/3 cup of raw organic sugar into our bowl here, and we'll beat this in. I realized that I should have heated up the coconut milk mixture first with all the spices, but that's what happens when you're excited and you tend to mix things up a little bit. We're just going to set our stovetop to low for our coconut mixture. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of our Grand Marnier. There we go. There we go. We'll add a 1/2 teaspoon of some nutmeg. And we're going to put a teaspoon of cinnamon. Careful, don't overdo it. Okay, teaspoon of cinnamon and it goes. Give it a nice stir. I'm going to add a little bit of tapioca starch, little by little. Just want to thicken it up. We have a 1/4 cup here. Oopsie, splashy. Okay, yeah, 1/4 cup should do. So it's getting thicker. Oops. Like, show you from a different angle. We're gonna put this through a sieve anyway, so it will be less lumpy. So we have our dish here, we have a sieve here. We're gonna find out how this works. So we're going to gradually add in our cream mixture here. You don't want to add it in too quickly since it's hot. So little by little. Here we have our ramekins. They're terracotta, came from Italy. And we have a roasting pan here, and you'll see why in a moment. So first of all, we're gonna take our liquid here, put this off to the side, try not to splash. We're gonna pour in our liquid into the ramekins without making a mess. In our roasting pan, we're going to pour in our hot water, or boiling water. Be very careful when putting it in. You don't want any accidents. And we're going to bake it for 30 to 40 minutes. The earliest known recipe for crème brûlée appeared in 1691 in the cookbook Les Cuisiniers Royaux et Bourgeois by François Massielot. He was a cook at Versailles and cooked for many people of high society. And in 1702, many of his recipes were translated into English in the Court and Country Cookbook. And you may not know this, but back in François Massielot's time, crème brûlée was not enjoyed as a dessert after the meal, but rather a second course. And it was considered an hors d'oeuvre. It was served alongside some savory hors d'oeuvres. And back then it was common to incorporate orange or lemon zest, some peeled pistachios or almonds, and sometimes candied fruit. I don't really appeal to the candy fruit idea, but whatever. Monsieur Massielot would use a firewood shovel to burn the sugar for the topping over the creme. I found this kind of strange and not too clean, but I guess things were done differently back then. A notable time in history took place in 1879 in Cambridge, England at Trinity College. A student decided to burn school cress directly onto the sugar topping, and it is argued that the burning of the sugar directly on the custard originated from there. Whereas they say that in France, they used to first burn the sugar topping and place them on like discs on top of the custard. What is the ultimate truth? I'm not sure. In Spain, they also had their version of crème brûlée, which they call crema catalina. They usually include either orange or lemon zest. They don't use a hot water bath for the cooking process, and they serve this dessert cold, but the caramelized sugar topping is hot. It was in the 1980s where creme brulee was popularized in America. It was introduced into a popular swanky restaurant known as Le Cirque in America. And then it took off from there and it became popular around the globe. Okay, we're gonna take it out now. So we just have to let it cool now. Now we're just gonna pop them in the fridge. Cool down so they're cool to the touch. So you can leave them in the fridge overnight or for 1 hour if you want to enjoy them sooner. Or if you want to go the in-between route, you can leave them in the fridge for a few hours and then do the brulee topping. So the sugary, crispy topping is only when you're going to be serving it, so keep that in mind. You're going to be sprinkling over that sugar and broiling it off, or if you have a kitchen torch, even better. But it works either way, broiling or the torch. I was going to get a special torch, but I could not locate one in the area. I didn't want to travel all over the city, so I'm going to do the broiling method. And maybe if you're lucky later on you'll see me using a torch. Now I'm going to top it with our organic raw sugar. I'm using a teaspoon and you're going to want to spread it as evenly as possible. I'll give it a shake about to try to get it evenly distributed. And we'll set our oven to broil and pop it in. You want to keep a close eye on it on broil because you don't want it to burn too much. You want it to be a nice golden color, brown color, but you definitely don't want it to be a charcoal black color. So keep an eye on it. After 5 minutes, check it out, put your oven light on, see how it's doing, see if it needs maybe another minute, but watch it minute by minute, okay? Because it could very quickly turn into a disaster, and that's not what we want. Okay, here it is, and I hope it's cooled off enough for me to try it. I'm gonna... Yay! Oh, I have to show you the cracked brulee. The edges didn't get as crispy, I'm guessing because it was a little bit on the lumpy side, not completely smooth. But it looks great, regardless. It's like a warm vacation. You know, in England, they actually dip biscuits into the custard, which is interesting. Maybe I'll try more vegan custard recipes. It was so worth it. So let me know how you make out if you're gonna try this vegan creme brulee. I just finished the most delicious vegan creme brulee I ever had, no lie. So remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell notification icon so that you get updated with all the new videos. Traveling the globe in my kitchen and keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit!